Hello everyone who's watching this video and welcome to my channel. I have to tell you, I am in a dangerous situation. Less than a day left and the burning spell banner is gone and I desperately want to pull on it since it's a very nostalgic Lightchase for me. So that's exactly what we are gonna do today. But of course, before all the fun things, I would love to talk a little bit about my outfit. If you watched my Alpine Honor video, you know that I was a bit nervous about recoloring the random 5-star dress from that banner. But I said I'll try, and yes, I took the risk and dyed it pink and green, adding a little bit of purple. I paired it with our new 6-star coat in its short version, colored bright pink. And to continue the fur theme, I added matching furry leg warmers with green heels underneath. She's carrying a bright pink bag with silver details, wearing pink gloves with delicate purple flowers, one of my favorite craftable hats, and the new styling wizard glasses, which I repositioned and resized, and I also added silver punk earrings. The hair is from the endorsement Queen Time shop, and I love how the facial paint peeks through the bangs. I played with that detail to make it look like a crown of thorns forehead tattoo. But it also reminds me of Frankenstein stitches, so technically she could be his bride. As for the makeup, she has bright pink lenses, shimmering pink and purple eyeshadow, and glossy pink and silver lipstick. I absolutely love how bold this outfit is, and I'm really happy I proved to myself that this dress can look stunning not only in black and white, but in bright colors too. All the current events were already covered in my Alpine Honor video, and since we don't have anything new during these 2 weeks of Styling Wizard, I think we can jump straight into the Burning Spell Lightchase. This was actually the third banner I ever pulled on when I first started playing Life Makeover, and I completed the Dream Spell set back then. I still really love the dress, but I badly want to extend it. The hair is adorable, but I almost never use it, sadly. I've never really touched the bunny handheld, but it's charming, and the floating rabbits are honestly one of my favorite floating items in the game. The shiny gloves aren't really my style, and the crown doesn't appeal to me much too. The necklace and earrings are fine, but nothing special. I've never used the tights, and the shoes are honestly kinda ugly. It's a good set, but you can clearly tell it's older. It's less complex and not so detailed compared to newer designs. And the second set, Plume Charm, has been my dream set for years. I've always loved the dress and how elegantly it wraps around the body. The hair and the hat are in my top 5 most wanted pieces from this banner. But the number 1 item is definitely the coat. The necklace is nice, the earrings I already own but never really paid much attention to. And the Peacock handheld looks great. The ring is whatever, I'm not so sure about the tights, and I already have the heels, but I want to take another look at them in the wardrobe. I know my pulls won't be so exciting since I've pulled on this banner before, but I'll be really happy to finally complete Plume Charm after waiting for so long to get it. And then we have the 4-star set, Night Burn. It has separate top and bottom, and I used both pieces quite often. The earrings and gloves are okay, the necklace is whatever, and the heels are atrocious. But again, thanks to the top and bottom, it's a decent set. Looking at these 6-star limited pieces, the Baker hat is adorable and silly, so I would love to get it. The Toast handheld is the only 6-star I got from this banner, and honestly, I never used it, but the day will come, I promise, cause it's kinda lovely. And the heels are okay, but I want to look at them in the wardrobe. For the 5-star limited pieces, we have the necklace. It's really good for street style outfits. The ticket to the Heartbeat Club is kind of a lame handheld, to be honest. The shoes are a bit ugly too, and the Devil Heart hair accessory is okay. As for the limited makeup, I badly want the Kisses facial paint. It's so sweet and has great repositioning potential. I already own the lenses. The mechanical doll facial paint is spooky, but fascinating. The glossy lipstick is always welcomed. There's also another facial paint with a snake, which is kind of cool, and another pair of lenses that I already got. And finally, we have Sean and his Moonlight Crisis card, with main tag being simple, and the category is full dress. I already own this card. It's cute, but it's just another SR I don't really need. But anyway, the dupes are appreciated. Okay, so I would love to do few singles before we actually pull, and the dupe and oh, a new facial paint. Okay, quite lucky. And another single is a dupe. Okay, we are on pull 90, so let's do 100. The tights. Okay, and the baker hat. So cute. I love it. 110. And we get the necklace. And that's it. Oh, and SSR. Wonderful. Roy is always welcomed here. I love him now. I kind of dumped Gerald, so I'm happy to get Roy. 120. And I hope we get the dress. And we got the hat. Oh, it's such a good hat. I mean, it's really gorgeous. And we got the lipstick. And that's it. And another dupe of Sean. Full 130. The dress, hopefully. Yes, we got screenshot material again. It's so pretty. I love it so much. Even if it's an older gacha, this dress is timeless, honestly. And the kisses, great. And the ring, wonderful. I'm really happy. Dreams come true. Okay, 140. And we get these shoes. Okay, kind of Greek looking. And the peacock handheld. And the hair. Oh, it's so beautiful. And the coat. How many items? How many items was that? I didn't count, but the set is just breathtaking. It really is. It really is. It's so gorgeous. Wow. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We completed both sets basically in 140, which is wonderful. But as I pulled for this banner in past, I think I will continue pulling for dupes with you. So I hope you don't mind and you will find that interesting. Okay, so now we are gonna start getting dupes with pull 150. And I hope it's not gonna take too... Oh, not dupes, but the facial paint. I forgot about that. That's okay. And I didn't even look what we got from these sets. Fine. But we completed the banner in 150, which is okay. And I have no idea what we got from the sets. Okay, 160. We're gonna count later. We got the code. That's 2, I think. And that's it. Okay. 160. And we get the shoes, the bunny. That's all. 170. And we get the hair, the crown, and that's all. Another pull. And the necklace, and that's it. Not bad. 200. Okay. And the necklace, and that's it. Kinda lame. 2 and 10. I'm pretty sure it's gonna take 100 more pulls. Oh, the dress and the crown dropped. I'm pretty sure it's gonna take up to 300 something, because I remember it took me kinda a lot for sand track for a stack 1 suit, but I don't know. Okay, another 10 pull. And we get nothing basically. Just Sean. Okay, Sean, whatever you want. Another 10 pull, and hopefully maybe something. The hat, the necklace. To be honest, nothing. 240, but that's okay. That's okay. I shouldn't be greedy. And the dress. Okay, I think at this point, usually I just go here. Yeah, all the titles. I just go here and select all. Okay, so we got plenty of wings for these sets, but I have no idea how much we need. So I'm going all the way back here, all the way back here, go here, and we need 7 more for Peacock. Okay, this means we have to continue pulling. Unfortunately, that's okay, that's okay. So we got the shoes, okay. That's 2, pretty sure. So now we need 5. And we got the hair, I think that's 2. And another 10 pulls. Both for the bunny and the Gerald. Gerald, get out. I don't need you today. Another 10 pull because we got nothing for the peacock. Necklace, nothing, nothing for the peacock. Okay. And the hat, the handheld. I'm gonna check again. Yeah, a lot of backtracking, which is fine. Oh, I forgot to decompose stuff. Okay, that's on me. Sorry. Okay, 7 and 3 for the rabbit. Okay, I just checked and we got all the dupes for Dream Spell. So basically we are done with getting extensions, which is pretty awesome. We didn't even get to 300, which is great. 290 is the amount of pulls that took us to extend both sets. So now I would love to get to Decom and do some shopping there with you. After 290 pulls, I managed to get more than 1,000 of coins. So let's see what we can get. First of all, the traditional hairstyle. I love how loose it is, and I think I will find usage for it easily. So I'm gonna get it. And then we have the dress. You really can tell it's an older piece, but I'll get it for the collection and examine it close later. And we have the lion head. Really cute, so I'll buy it. Let me quickly get all the extensions, and I think that will be it. I am not sure how I feel about the poses. The dynamic one is cool, but it's expensive, and the static one is really boring to me, so I won't get anything for now. I believe we are done here, so let's move on to the wardrobe to take a look at everything we got. Now we're back home and I want to take a look at all the new items I got today, as well as the ones I received a long time ago. So let's begin with the Dream Spell set inspired by the dolls and theater. Even though it's an older set, to me it still feels relevant thanks to its unique accessories like the bunnies and of course the dress itself. But let's go through everything piece by piece, beginning with the hair. The curls of this hairstyle might be a little bit too massive, but I think it's perfect for whimsical stylings. This is exactly the kind of hair the porcelain dolls from my childhood had. I don't really like the ombre effect here, but in a single color it becomes a great hairstyle for theatrical and magical looks. The dress is quite dramatic, yet elegant and weightless. I really like the combination of the hourglass-shaped corset full of embroidery and crystals, along with the beautiful crisscrossed ribbons at the back, with the short, airy skirt decorated with magical, translucent flowers hanging on long, thin strands, creating the illusion they are floating in the air like falling blossoms. Even though this dress came out 2 years ago, the attention to detail is still very impressive, and I'm endlessly happy that I finally extended it. The tights are shiny bandages wrapped around both legs. I feel like I underestimated them before because now I'm starting to see some horror-themed potential. Then we have these shoes, which are a bit weird to me. I don't really like the pointy, glittery front that slowly transitions into leather. And there's another type of fabric that almost looks like velvet, but not quite. The only detail I really enjoy is the crystal heel. However, maybe they are not that bad because they turn me off in darker colors, while in pink or mint, they actually look pretty interesting. The sharp, crown isn't too exciting at first glance, but again, I think the problem is the original color. I'm pretty sure this piece looks great if resized, repositioned, or recolored in brighter shades like pink, purple, or blue. The texture reminds me of something covered in sugar, so it could easily work for a Queen of Sweets kind of outfit. At the same time, it also resembles ice, so it could be used for an ice princess styling. The more I think about it, the more possibilities I see. The earrings are actually quite nice. They look like hanging flowers covered in beads and glitter, and they really shine when they are golden or recolored into something more vibrant. The necklace, however, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like it. I don't like the material, the cutouts, or the overall size. Don't get me wrong, I love big, thick colors, but this one is too big to appeal to me, but not big enough to look good either. I know that sounds a bit strange, but aesthetically it just doesn't work for me. And the crystal in the front that barely connects to the necklace kind of annoys me. The gloves are basically bandages wrapped around the arms, and again, I'm starting to think they are unique enough to deserve more appreciation. I am honestly a bit embarrassed they were just sitting in my wardrobe untouched for so long, but that's going to change. Then we have the handheld, the cutest stitched bunny with a crystal hat and button eyes. It's a fantastic piece that can really add depth to the story you want to tell through your outfit. And finally, the floating piece. Twin bunnies with top hats and constantly changing emotions. I love that one holds a sword while the other carries a magical wand. I just absolutely adore this item. So what can I say? I don't really feel a strong connection with every single accessory from the Dream Spell set, but the overall idea and execution make me love it. So subjectively, I think it's still a very good investment for the wardrobe. Now let's move on to Plume Charm, a glamorous Hollywood-inspired set full of glitter and feathers. I wanted this set desperately for months, and finally getting my hands on it feels incredibly satisfying. So let's stretch out the pleasure and go through everything piece by piece. The hair is a classic old Hollywood style with elegant, loose waves. One side is side-parted and the front is swept upward with a bit of lift, which gives it that dramatic vintage feel. This hairstyle is really flexible and can easily be used in many stylings that aren't tied to any specific aesthetic or time period. The dress is a classic evening gown that looks like liquid gold mixed with glitter, beads, crystals, and feathers. It gracefully wraps around the body and emphasizes the curves, while the open back creates a perfect balance with the very expressive front design. I am not the biggest fan of the brooch detail with the crown and feathers, but it's there, so nothing we can do about it. Also, from what I can see, the dyes were updated, and as far as I remember, it used to be impossible to color this dress fully black because the silver and gold glitter stayed unchanged, but now it has its own dye slot, which is actually quite exciting. Then we have the luxurious oversized fur coat decorated with feathers, glitter, and a huge crystal element on the back that almost floats in the air. Even though it's definitely extra and the glitter particles remain golden no matter how you dye it, the coat is still fantastic. The shiny tights are decorated with lines of beads at the front and more complex arrangements of beads, crystals, and feathers on the sides. Personally, I don't really like them and probably won't use them. The high heels are also covered with beads, crystals, and the same feather elements. The glitter detail at the front kind of works here, but overall, I still don't like them. The hat is one of the most exciting accessories for me because of how huge it is. I really love the thin, slightly shiny fabric wrapped around it. I don't even mind all the feather details and the fact that you cannot remove the golden glitter because this hat is truly one of a kind. The ear cuff is quite lovely, with tiny beads, chains, and a large feather placed behind the ear, although I'm not entirely sure if I'm actually gonna use it. The necklace looks like a delicate choker made of thin branch-like shapes with multiple strands of beads. The centerpiece resembles peacock plumes decorated with gemstones and small crystals. The ring is a combination of several rings connected together with tiny crystals and a small crown detail that honestly reminds me a little bit of a pretzel. And the last item is the Peacock handheld with a translucent body with endlessly flowing light particles inside and a rich tail that almost reaches the floor. Despite its age, Plume Charm is still an impressive set with unique pieces that remain relevant even as the game continues to evolve. And I also want to say that I'm really happy that the developers revisit older sets and update the dice for them. And now let's take a look at the 4-star set Night Burn, where the real stars are definitely the top and the skirt. Personally, the top has to be used with bottom that doesn't have a belt, because if the outfit has 2 belts, it just looks ridiculous. Unfortunately, we don't have that many high-waisted pieces, so my options for skirts or pants are a little bit limited considering these 2 rules. But overall, it's still a really good top. The skirt is even better, with cool chains and pins wrapping around the hips. I really love the slit and the print, so this skirt is used more than some other pieces. The necklace feels a bit chaotic, so I don't really care about it. The earrings with pins and crystals are kinda meh. The gloves, which are actually leather straps placed on the forearms, are interesting, but I still need to figure out how to use them in stylings. And the shoes, well, they're kind of stupid because of the heel design. It looks unserious to me, and that's probably why I will never use them. But overall, this is still a very good 4-star set, thanks to the extremely versatile casual pieces. Now let's talk about the rest of the items we got today, starting with the Decom pieces. First is the Decom hair, a traditional updo hairstyle. It looks a little bit messy, but in a good way. I really love the bun on top of her hat and how multiple strands of hair fall out of it like soft ribbons. Then we have the dress. I feel like I don't really like it because of the fabric and the anchor detail, but when it's recolored, it actually doesn't look bad at all. For an older piece, I think it deserves a chance. And then we have the cutest hat. It's just adorable, and with all the possibilities for repositioning, resizing, and recoloring, I'm pretty sure this one won't be collecting dust in the wardrobe. Now moving on to the 6-star random items. Here's the bakery art hat. Really cute, although not the most practical piece because it's quite expensive to dye, but still, it's really adorable. Then we have the handheld Bear Toast, which is another absolute cuteness overload item, and the tangled gold heels. They're not bad, but again, they're just too expensive for me to really invest in. From the 5-star limited fashions, we got the Racing Coldness necklace made of thick chains, which could work as a cool detail for casual stylings. Then there's the handheld Heartbeat Invitation. I don't really like it, but it kind of looks like a ticket to a movie theater, so that's kind of cool. Next are the Shallow River shoes. Not amazing, not terrible either, just a decent pair of flats for casual outfits. And the last limited piece is the hair accessory Devil Heart, which is actually kind of cute. The item we get for evolving SR Sean is the Seashore Leather Handheld. Now to the makeup. We have the first facial paint with a serpentine, the second facial paint with passionate lipstick kisses, and the third one was mechanical doll features. Here is the first pair of contacts, Purple Starlight, and the second pair, Dreamy Iris. And the final makeup item is a glittery lip gloss with pink, orange, and purple color options. And here's our flirty Sean with his Moonlight Crisis card in its basic form, which honestly looks much better than the evolved version where he's threatening us with a gun. So basically, that's everything, and I think we can finally move on to my favorite part, the stylings for the Burning Spell Lightchase. And here's the first outfit featuring the Dream Spell dress in black and mint, the only colors used in this styling. It feels a little bit boring, but I just felt adding more would be too much considering something we'll discuss later. So I decided to go for a toxic spider look. In my mind, the flowers are hanging from above, attracting various insects who have no idea about the trap they're falling into until the last thing they see are the fangs with dripping venom. The back piece and the hat are the main indicators that she's a spider. Morgana's hat has this cobweb-like structure that I absolutely love, and that detail is exactly why I even chose it. I added torn tights that also resemble a spider web, and the shoes from Crimson Cleansing because a spider should be sneaky and silent, so flats or ballerina shoes felt like the most logical choice. The gloves were more of an emotional decision. I loved the corset-style lacing, and they simply just felt right. I also added bracelets from OOTD Heat to make the look a bit more complex. The color matches the gloves, and the mono earring was a toxic-looking demon eye inside was impossible to ignore. And finally, we get to the most important part of the styling, the makeup. I covered one eye with our new spiderweb face accessory, and the goth girl makeup is smoky eyes, spider lashes, angry eyebrows, and lifeless lips. I also resized and repositioned a facial paint so it looks like a spider's mouth. In my mind, it opens wide across the face. These are the corners of the lips, forming a huge mouth full of fangs, which I think looks really cool. You know, I'm actually kind of scared of spiders, like many of us, but I have to admit they are beautiful creatures, even if that doesn't erase fear. I still remember one summer night when I was working with my window opened and I looked at my speakers and there was a huge yellow monster with a massive body and thick legs. I thought I was gonna die that night. I just left the room quickly and when I came back it was gone, so it probably escaped, or in the worst case, I'm now neighbors with his entire family. But anyway, let's move on to the next styling. This time I focused on the Peacock dress, and I have to be honest, it's a bit hard to style, but in a very strange way. The difficulty comes from the fact that it actually needs very few details, just a couple accents, nothing more, and for some reason I struggled with that. But the dress itself is gorgeous, classy, and luxurious. It looks especially elegant in pink and silver, and a dress like that deserves a rich fur coat from the latest 6-star Lightchase, also colored pink. She has skin tone tights and retro high heels from endorsement Queen Time Shop. No gloves, just a simple bracelet, a tiny pearl necklace, my beloved pearl earrings, and the hairstyle from NYX Rose. While creating this outfit, I was thinking about those movies centered around carefully planned jewelry heists. The last one I watched was Now You See Me, Now You Don't from last year. It was honestly horrible and very boring to me, but it just popped in my mind and helped me to finally use this massive crystal ring. I see her as a stunning woman blending into the luxury of a high society event in order to secretly swap a priceless jewel with a fake and disappear before anyone notices. Her makeup is simple: feathered lashes, pink lenses, soft pink eyeshadow, glittery lipstick, and a couple of moles. I am honestly obsessed with how beautifully this dress wraps around the body. I can't really think of another dress in the game that achieves the same effect this well. And even if it's a little tricky to style, the Peacock dress is truly one of a kind and holds a special place in my heart. The Bloom Charm coat deserved its own outfit, so I colored it in a delicious combination of pink and matcha green with golden feathers. Pairing it with the Decom dress from the soundtrack Lightchase felt completely natural, because the balance between the colorful fur and the simple white fabric of the dress looks really satisfying to me. She's wearing simple tights and the shoes from the January sign-in rewards. Of course, an elegant lady like this needs lovely gloves and a gentle scarf to emphasize her delicate neck. She has golden crystal earrings with a huge pearl that I used to hate. the hairstyle that I probably show in every single video, and the hat from the Galaxy Roam Lightchase. I also thought this was the perfect opportunity to use the bag from the Winter Tea Time Echo set. Under the dress she's wearing an anklet was a shuriken from an older Box Decom. Maybe she's an undercover spy. Maybe there's a weapon hidden inside her bag. No one would ever suspect such a beautiful woman of doing something dangerous, and she's taken full advantage of that. Pink lenses, pink eyeshadow, pink brows, animal lashes, berry lips, and 2 small moles complete the look. I like this outfit, but at the same time, I feel a little conflicted about it. That might be because of the avatar I used. I feel like I'm starting to emotionally detach from this doll, which is probably a sign that I should finally work on the unfinished avatars. The peacock hat also deserved its own styling. I don't care about the undyeable golden glitter because the shape, size, and overall design make my heart beat faster. I decided to finally use the dress we received for free last year and colored it black and purple. Again, maybe a bit simple, but it felt right. The Alpine Honor coat in its longer version beautifully covers her shoulders and instantly elevates her status to someone rich and powerful. She has black tights underneath and extremely long boots. They might be a bit too modern for this outfit, but I just couldn't find an alternative that would leave just a little bit of skin visible. She's wearing black gloves, a barely visible ring, one of my favorite retro handhelds, kind of replaceable earrings, and the hairstyle from the permanent banner. I think this hair is underestimated because it's old. On its own, yeah, it looks kinda strange, but here it naturally falls over the shoulders and the curls look so majestic. My heart is just full of joy when I find a way to use old, forgotten pieces. Everything deserves a chance, even items that you think are ugly. For the makeup, I wanted her to look like a villain, like a vampire. So of course, red lenses, bloody lips, bloody facial paint, angry brows, and dark eyeshadow. I love this hat so much, I'm honestly afraid I'll never stop using it. But I've already spent too much time talking about plume charms, so let's move on to the last styling of the day. And here it is, my outfit for the 4-star skirt, colored in yellow and orange. I love how the sweater looks paired with the skirt and its belt, and because of the cozy top, I decided the outfit should feel warm, so she's wearing thick socks and chunky orange boots. The hair had to be a little unserious, so this mind travel hairstyle was perfect, especially with the metal accessories that match the details on the skirt. And finally, I found the perfect opportunity to use the shrimp handheld. He's so adorable. And to continue the food theme, I added fried egg earrings, along with fashionable glasses, orange and yellow nails, and interesting rings. The makeup is simple: yellow eyeshadow, orange lenses, thin brows, and natural lipstick. I love how alive and playful this styling feels. And I want to mention that the top and the skirt were used in other outfits that I made long ago. And I'm gonna quickly show them through my fashion diary, and if you are interested in the details, you can check the description for all the outfit of the day codes. How do you like the Burning Spell Lightchase, and which of the 2 sets do you prefer the most? I know this gacha is already gone and we now have the Clockwork Banner and Prismatic Fantasy, and while I'm recording this, the new Lightchase is already out for 3 days. Still, I hope you find this video useful and maybe even get inspired to create some interesting outfits. I truly appreciate any kind of feedback, and thank you so much for spending this time with me, and we'll meet again really soon. Bye bye!